jeez. I've been having a really shit morning. But good news is, I've got my new glasses. And well, I mean, it's nothing new. Like, I was going to say, and they're fixed, but I mean, they're not really fixed. They're just new glasses. But I'll keep my old glasses, Mimitos. So it's like I got dressed, you know, got dressed in my special made gym clothing, only to find out that my support worker is sick again and can't make it. And I'm not blaming him, you know? It's just a little heads up before would have been nice, but I guess you can't really control him, you know? He's been sick, like, a lot recently, so I hope he's doing okay. Let's load this. Oh, really? The next morning. I thought we were going to spend a little more time seeing, well, I guess we don't really see new people, considering that only important characters have faces. The next morning. Oh. I kind of forgot that we kind of headed back to her place. It's been a long time since I had such a refreshing night's sleep. You're quite the comfortable pillow, hero. Don't mention it. It's only a little past 7 a.m., but Maria's already up and dressed in her standard business attire. Pardon me, sorry. Her white, blonde? That ain't blonde. Her white blonde hair has been combed and her suit is devoid of wrinkles. I guess Maria must have prepared to spend the night in a hotel to have a change of clothes to hand. She really does think of everything. She left the silky red dress she wore last night in a heap on the hotel room floor, but it's since been picked up. Said dress is now hanging outside the wardrobe encased in protective plastic bag. I think it might be a little too late to worry about protecting that dress. It's been creased and wrinkled to high heavens, and I might even have gotten it a little wet. Things were kind of wild last night. Hey, Maria, I was wondering. Yes? What is it? Oh, she doesn't look too pleased. She'll be like, yes? What is it? How much did that dress cost? Now, let me see. It was quite expensive. It's a designer piece by Maria trots out the name of a high-end brand with international renown. I don't know all that much about fashion, but a dress from that fashion house must have cost an enormous amount. I wouldn't be surprised if it's worth more than a full month. No, 6 months of my salary. Sorry, just let me... There we go. Ah, jeez. It's only now, in the dawning of the morning, that I've realized the enormity of last night's thoughtlessness. I figured the dress was a designer piece, but I didn't realize it was from that company to get it dirty. What's this? Maria grins. You don't think I care about a silly dress more than our relationship, do you? What? But, Maria's tone makes me pause. I blink at her, nonplussed. That dress isn't silly. It must have cost at least 1,000,000 yen. Only 1,000,000? Maria raises a neatly sculpted eyebrow. My dear hero, you are underestimating me. This piece is entirely unique. It was tailor-made for me, by a professional in the industry to my exact specifications. It was more than just 1 million yen. I would never wear something so cheap to a widely publicized charity event of my own organizing. Oh boy, that smirk, that little slight, that expression. Huh? My dumb truck stare widened. I thought you said, my dumb truck of an ass widens. Are you saying 1 million yen is cheap? To a woman like me, it is. You forget, I am always in the public eye. People expect more of me than they do the average woman. I have a lot of expectations to meet. If I did not wear the most expensive, unique pieces of my own charity... If I did not wear the most expensive, unique pieces to my own charity event, I would be mocked and branded as a papaya. That's actually a nice view. I mean, I was talking about the hotel view. There would be stories run about my poor fashion sensibility in magazines across the country. Really? Really? The world of tabloid magazines is nasty and cutthroat. Unscrumptious reporters always try to drag the rich and the famous down. I thought you would know that, working in the industry yourself. I guess, but I don't work for a tabloid magazine. The Sakura Daily might be a little trashy, sure, but it's still a proper newspaper. We don't run all that many articles on celebs' clothings. My boss is far more interested in what lies beneath said clothing than how much it costs anyway. But of course, Maria giggles, I know you aren't a vulture like the rest, darling, but others aren't as forgiving as you are. Once one has reached the heights, one has to be aware of their appearance at all times. It's almost as tiring as running my own company. If I'm being perfectly honest, the continued media attention is exhausting. But I do my best to give them a show all the time. As such, I really couldn't afford to wear a dress that cost anything less than 3 million yen. That is the bare minimum. Anything else would only invite scorn. What the fuck is that? Isn't that the really disgusting Doom game where like your gun is a living gooey, like has ribs and organs and shit, like a beating heart for you know what I mean? 3 million? No way. I look at the crumpled dress, sheathed within its plastic wrap, then back to Maria, towards the dress and over to Maria again. I knew the dress was a big deal, but this is even worse than I feared. That dress is ridiculous, insanely costly, and I tore at it like an animal. How could I have been so stupid? At this rate, I might as well have defaced all the paintings in the Liveria. I'm so sorry, Maria. I really am the worst. There. Don't be so hard on yourself, dear. Maria's eyes softened. I'm not upset about the dress. You're not? No. I'm fucking fuming. It was expensive, but it's only a dress. It's nothing more than a garment to conceal my body. It has fulfilled its function well. I looked simply splendid in it last night, did I not? Oh. Oh, I'm gonna pick this one. Like, she did look fine. you looked amazing. You looked amazing, yeah. I can remember how that dress clung to every one of Maria's voluptuous curves. It made her look incredibly sexy. Do you think she could read my mind of how down bad I am? When the pair of us danced together, I felt so lightheaded I thought I might collapse. Then we went back to this hotel and, well, with that, we'll come back to where we started, haven't we? Thank you very much. Maria beams. She must be pleased by my compliment, though I'm not sure why. I bet Maria gets lavish with praise on the radio. You are a fucking idiot. Are you... Look, I can understand where you're coming from, but we've been over this repetitively. Other compliments doesn't mean shit from other people to her. She loves you, so when you compliment her, it hits a very special spot for her, because she knows it's genuine, not just trying to rub on her good side. I'm a nobody. Really, my opinion isn't all that special. But Maria seems to value it all the same. Is that because she values me? I'm glad you liked my dress, hero. I did pick it out while thinking of you. Truthfully, I did want to attract a lot of stares. That was my job as the hostess of last night's ball. It was my duty to shine. But I wanted to shine for your sake too. I wanted to look marvelous, so you would pay attention to me and only me. Oh, look at that. Oh. You were tugging on my heartstrings right there. Like, that is such a cute expression. Like, something that's... Like, it's like a side of her that only I get to see. And I'm appreciating every second of it. I wanted to look marvelous, so you would pay attention to me, and only me. Huh? Really? I mean, it was my job to, like, talk to other people, but I can understand where she's coming from. I blink. I didn't think you were the jealous type. I'm not, normally. I have no qualms about sharing you with my sisters. They are fellow succubi like myself, and it is hard for humans to resist them. But the thought of being passed over in the favor of normal human women is But the thought of being passed over in the favor of a normal human woman is a different matter. Get this shit out of me. Maria pouts cutely, her arms folded. I knew there would be a lot of other famous women at that event. It would be a lie if I said I wasn't a little concerned that I'd choose them over you. I've never cared so much about any of my previous conquests, but, well, you're special. Do you find that strange? No, I think it's rather endearing. Can I help you? I smile at Maria fondly. I was under the impression she brought that dress to make a good impression on the paparazzi. Everything she said earlier attested to as much. But I now see she might have had ulterior motives. There's gotta be a point where it's like I love most of you, but like there are too many succubi. I'm sorry, but I can't do this anymore. It's exhausting. I tried my best with like 5, but then I can't do this anymore. She didn't just want to look good for the sake of gossip magazines and TV specials. She was thinking about me too. she spent over 3 million yen so she could look good for my sake. Thinking about it like that, it's kinda crazy. I know you can't put a price on love, but 3 million yen is astronomical. I could never even dream about having all that money, but Maria used it to ensure my eyes wouldn't wander. If that isn't proof of her love, I don't know what is. Thank you for thinking of me, Maria. It makes me really happy. Your tastes were impeccable, as always. You looked so good in that dress. I couldn't look at anybody else, much less think of them. You were the only one on my mind all evening. Here? Maria smiles. I don't think I've ever seen that expression. Do you really mean that? I do. You stole my heart all over again. Though you didn't really need to buy such an expensive dress. You're so pretty, I bet you look good in anything, even a potato sack. Well, I could hardly show up to my own ball in a potato sack. I'm gonna start calling you Potato the way you handle my sack. Although I do appreciate the compliment, Maria chuckles. I suppose I was foolish to be concerned. In a room full of human women, I shall always shine the brightest. No woman cannot hope to compete with us succubi. That might be true, but I don't like you solely because you're a succubus. I like you for your own sake. You've been looking out for me since the day we met. You act cool and aloof, but I think you're a very kind woman. You're cute. What? I can't believe you would call me cute. Mature or sexy, yes, but not cute. That isn't my archetype. If you like cute girls, you'd be better talking to Ayu or Cosmos. Ayu and Cosmos are cute too, but you're cute in a different way. No, I'm not. If you think that, you must need new glasses. You can say whatever you like, but Maria, I stab a finger in her direction. No, that's wrong! You can't stop me from thinking that you're cute. Last night, when you cuddled in bed with me like a stray cat, you were particularly adorable. You were so sweet, my heart almost stopped beating. Oh, really? That sounds serious. Maria tries to look and sound unaffected. She clears her throat and coils a strand of white hair around her finger, but I can see that she is adorable. In that case, you should probably see a cardiologist. I don't need to. I know there's nothing wrong with my heart. These are my sincere, truthful feelings. I think you are cute and you'd better accept it. Well, this is quite novel for me, but in that case... Maria draws in a breath. She straightens her shoulders, then says firmly, if you want me to accept that I am cute, which I still do not believe, then I want you to accept that I do not care about the fate my dress has suffered. It was an expensive piece, yes, but I could afford it. I knew I would be dancing, so I was prepared for it to get a bit rumpled. It is perfectly salvageable. I can soon fix it up again. You never know. You'd never know it got creased to begin with. I might... just wait. that was a chicken from lunch. My bad. I might be wealthy, but I'm not so very wasteful. I'd let all my fine possessions go to ruin. I can take care of all my belongings, so do not fret. You've done nothing to apologize for, and I won't hear any of you feeling guilty. Alright. Fine, I'll stop apologizing about your dress if you stop saying you're not cute. Alright, fine. It's a deal. Maria holds out her hand. I take it in my own, and we shake on the agreement. There, now we've made a verbal contract. If you go back on your word, I'll mobilize my entire legal team. Don't be surprised if the next time we meet is at court. Oh, that expression is genuine. It's just, she's definitely sadistic, and I still love her for it. At court? But I don't have that sort of money. You'd bankrupt me. Then you'd best not. What is that word? Rearrange? Then you'd best not rearrange on our agreement. Everybody wins. Maria smiles thinly in the same style I suspect she does when cinching complex business deals. This woman, though her cute side is undeniable, and now Maria legally can't deny it, she's kind of scary too. Her backbone's made of sturdy stuff. I guess she's gotta be fierce, or she never would have been able to build her business empire as she has. It's no wonder she's so respected. Now, the day's wearing on. I would love to stay with you and talk, but my company will not manage itself. What happens if I just keep her here? What happens if I refuse to let her go? What is she going to do? What is she going to do? I fear I ought to be going soon, but before I do, I would like to ask you something. It might sound silly, but are you happy, Hero? No, I'm suicidal. Why do you ask? Now that's quite a broad question. I'm sorry, that's not something to joke about. My apologies. Happiness isn't all that cut and dry. It entails a lot of things, from one's job satisfaction, to their finances, to their family relationship, to their friendship. Mental health's also pretty important, as is the physical. Damn it! My food just won't stay down. People can be satisfied in one area, but woefully deficient in the other. Happiness comes and goes in unpredictable patterns. It's even more erratic than the migratory paths of birds and fish. For a long while, I don't think I was very pleased with any aspects of my life. I lived in a tumble-down apartment, I had a long commitment to work, and I felt like my boss never really valued me. I rarely spoke to my parents, I had few friends, and I didn't have a girlfriend. The only real relationship I had was with my desk, my laptop, and maybe my camera. Sorry, I was just thinking of, like, imagine Jameson going through the photos of Spider-Man, but accidentally see a POV shot of, like, Peter taking a dick pic, just him out in the wind, just like that was supposed to be for Mary Jane, but he accidentally put it with the other Spider-Man. It's just Peter and JJJ staring at his POV dick pic for like a solid 5 minutes in silence, not moving an inch. That's so fucking me. I'm sorry, that's really funny to me. It was kind of miserable. NGL. But things have changed so much since I met IU that Maria, I still live in a cruddy apartment, I still have a tiring commute to work, and I still don't like my boss all that much, but these issues don't wear on me the way they did. If I had to stop and think about it seriously, then yeah. I returned Maria's query with a smile. I am happy, and I know I owe a good chunk of that to you. Your influence has opened up a lot of doors in my life. I really can't thank you enough. You're welcome, dear. Maria shrugs off my thanks as though she hadn't done anything all that amazing. Maybe in her eyes, she hasn't. Maria is far, far wealthier than I am, so she can afford to pull strings and distribute favors like it's nothing. In the grand scheme of things, she mightn't have gone that far out of her way for my sake. But it's appreciated all the same. She didn't have to do anything. She could have done nothing. She didn't owe me, but she still helped me. She really is a kind woman. I think it's only fair that I should try to help you wherever I can. You are a very important person to me here. When you're happy, I am happy too. Though I've had other partners in the past, they didn't move my heart as you did. I'm one of the oldest amongst my sisters, and I'm a bit more cynical about romance, but I care about you a lot. I might even love you. I'm a succubus and you're a human. But you're more than just prey to me. You can prey on me all you like, baby. You're very, very dear to me. You make that quite apparent. I've never once doubted your feelings. Well, that is good. You are my most precious, beloved partner. I adore you, so please take care of yourself. Sure, pulls out a revolver and aims at my temple. Hey, what's this? Sorry, that's not funny. Hey, check this out. Hey, Peter, check this. Hey, Maria, check this out. Don't let yourself get swept away in the arms of another. I don't mind sharing you with my younger sisters, as I've said. That is no problem. But there is one person I absolutely do not want to share you with under any circumstances. What? This conversation taking a bit of a dark turn. I thought Maria meant to reassure her love for me before heading off to another day at the office, but maybe not. This doesn't sound like a piece of motherly advice. It sounds like a real, genuine warning. Why? This is kind of intense. If I didn't know any better, I'd almost think I was in some sort of danger. I laugh a little, trying to diffuse the tension, but it doesn't work. The strange, somber atmosphere remains, settling upon my shoulders like the layer of freshly fallen snow. That is exactly what I'm saying. Yes. Maria's word sends a shiver running down my spine. I suddenly feel cold. Maybe it's because I'm half naked still and still in the mood for cuddles. But that can't be it. It's probably her warning. My little joke doesn't seem all funny anymore. Am I really in danger? Well, I can't say for certain. There's a chance I'm overreacting, but Haifumai had some business with a lady Yui a week prior, so she had to return to the Succubus realm for a brief spell. Have you heard about Lady Yui, hero? Yeah, I have. Hifumi told me a little about her. She told me Yui rules over all the succubi, and she, Hifumi, acts as her advisor? That is indeed correct. Lady Yui is rather young. As far as rulers go, she wasn't supposed to ascend to the throne. That should have been Hifumi's job, but she's... what does that say? But she's abdicated. The crown then went to Lady Yui as the next in line to inherit. I suppose you know this too? Hifumi mentioned it briefly. That's good. Then I needn't burden you with too many explanations. I won't go into too many details, but I didn't have the time for it right now. But I spoke to Hifumi a few days ago when she returned from the Succubus realm. She was a bit shaken, actually. She was, but why? Did something happen? Nothing has happened just yet, but it seems Lady Yui has taken a liking to a particular human boy. A boy who is, for some inexplicable reason, thronged by a whole harem of succubi. It shouldn't take you too long to guess who this boy might be. No clue. I genuinely have no clue who you're referring to. Well, after hearing all that, there's only one person it could be. You mean I gestured towards me? Oh, right, I'm a guy. Damn. Femboy guy, close enough. Me? Maria nods. So does she just watch in her little portal of us kind of just raw dogging it? Like, just completely going at it as, like, cave animals? Clever boy, I knew you would work it out. It's not like it was a great mystery, but isn't this kind of weird? Why would the Succubus princess be interested in me? I'm not that special. How could you say that when you have ensnared the hearts of 5 succubi already? Clearly you must be. It's very rare for one man to attract the attention of so many succubi, and it's rare for one man to withstand the broods of one succubi's passion, let alone 5. Help me! My balls are drained. I need water. I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I definitely don't need it. I don't need it. I for sure don't need it. I need it! I need it! Thinking about it in such terms, it's to be expected Lady Yui would take an interest in you at some point. I was foolish for not considering it. So this Lady Yui, has she been keeping tabs on me? Maria nods. And as Lady Yui needs to manage the Succubus realm, she doesn't often leave it. But we succubi have ways of preserving the human world from our own. From what I have gathered, Lady Yui has been watching you for quite some time. Hey, bitch, come out and fight me! Come... For all I know, she might even be watching you right now. We would be none the wiser. Hey, bitch, come out and fight me! I fucking put my hand on you, bitch! Watching me, you creepy bitch! Come out and fight me! I guess I glance around the hotel room, suddenly paranoid. I'd never considered the possibility of being observed before. It simply hadn't occurred to me. Now Maria's planted the idea in my mind, however, I can't shake it. My skin prickles, I feel uneasy. Was Lady Yui watching me that one evening when I was with Ayu and Hazel? What about the time Cosmo showed up at my house wearing the bunny girl costume? Or last night when I was in the hotel room deep within If she was watching me, I'd have no way of knowing. Now that's unnerving. So, this Lady Yui, what does she want with me? Of that I am not certain. It is possible she means only to watch you, to see what will happen. But I feel I was concerned she might try to take your acquaintance here in the human world. Oh, but I feel I was concerned she might try to make your acquaintance here in the human world. I'm like, what acquaintances do I have? If you intrigue her enough, there's a chance she could try to take you with her to the Succubus realm. Then she might make you her plaything. Plaything? That's right. If that were to happen, you'd be completely at her mercy. She would lock you up in the Succubus realm and never, ever let you leave. Lady Yui is a jealous, possessive sort. If she gets her hands on you, there's no telling what will happen. Come out and fight me, bitch! Come out! I'm worried about you. So please stay safe. Don't let your guard down and don't trust her. I love you a lot, hero. Maria's eyes bore into mine. They look very intense and serious. I'd be heartbroken if Yui stole you. Please don't look at me like that. That's my weakness. You don't have to worry about things. I will fight the bitch myself. Throw your hands up. The train rattles around me as I make my way back. If we run into her, kick her in the pussy and book it. I mean, the train's crowded. She'll never know what I look like. She won't remember my face. The pain will be unbearable. She'll just pass out and think it's a dream. No, it means no! Just kick her in the crotch. Since today's Sunday, I don't have any work to attend to, which is just as well since it's almost 9. If I did have to go into the office, I'd be late for sure. My boss might be taking a soft approach with me as of late, but I don't think he'd let my tidiness slide. He's such a sticker? He's such a stickler for timekeeping. He might as well be German. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Are they saying Germans have strict fetishes? What the fuck does that mean? Though I had a pleasant night, I feel a little sleepy. Man is eepy on the train. Master Chief, plan to tell me what you're doing standing in the hallway? Sir, I threw up. Maria's early stirrings roused me, and I couldn't get back to sleep. I feel tired. Maybe I'll get some shut-eye when I return to my apartment. That sounds appealing. I do feel a little bad for Maria, though. It's a weekend, and she held a large charity event last night, but she still has to go into the office? I complain about my job all the time. I don't think anybody likes working after hours, but Maria has it way tougher than I do. She's very impressive in all sorts of ways. I hope I was able to relieve her, at least of her heavy burden last night. I was gonna make a joke about her being a heavy burden, like as in, you know, being a thick, massive bitch. Because I imagine, this variant of Charlotte is like regular height, but compared to the Succubus, they tower over, you know. So imagine all that juicy fat meat, right, forced down into one pressure, thighs, ass, tits, all that weight pressing down, that's a thick burden, you know. But I didn't want it to sound like an insult, but I didn't know how to say it correctly, so I'm explaining it like this, you know. Though I did inadvertently create a whole new problem by sullying her expensive dress. She told me not to apologize on pain of legal action, but I still feel kinda bad about it. I never been in a position to ruin a 3 million yen dress before. The idea might sound cathartic, but in practice it's not that much fun. The dress isn't the only thing weighing on my mind either. As much as I love her curves, if she leans on me or lays on me, I'm going to be crushed. I'm an eepy small little femboy. Please, I do not have arm strength. You were keeping here by my will. You know I don't have the strength to carry your succubus fat meaty weight. Please let me up. I need to go to work. The train rounds a corner. My head bumps against the wall and I wince. Fuck! I can't stop thinking about what Maria said this morning. According to her, the ruler of all succubi has her eye on me. Just you know, close it. I can't. What is it called? Where it's you know, where you kind of pull one eye and you close the other and you stick your tongue out and type of thing. What do you call that expression? I'm not sure what that entails exactly, but if you intrigue her enough, there's a chance she could try to take you with her to the succubus realm to make you her newest plaything. Could that really happen? It sounds like a storyline lifted straight from a light novel, the sorts with the long, unwieldy title you'd see in bookstore windows, stealing shelf space from the classics my high school English teacher loved, like Danzai and Mishima. I guess it doesn't sound like too terrible of a fate in theory, but Lady Yui is a jealous, possessive sort. If she gets her hands on you, there's no telling what will happen. I don't know the first thing about Lady Yui, but Maria's words don't paint her in the most compelling light. To be honest, she sounds kind of scary. And that's all, folks! Whoops, sorry, wrong licensing issue. If she can use succubus magic, she'll be able to watch me wherever I go, whatever I do. I'm only a weak, feeble human. I have no way of hiding from her. But isn't that what's more erotic? Your life is in the succubus's hands, and they're way more powerful than any, even the strongest human, they would not stand a chance. I'm just a small, brittle bone femboy, what can I do? But that makes it more erotic, right? So they're more, not controlling, but more protective and possessive because of how fragile I am compared to a regular human male. And that just makes it more erotic. I have no way of hiding from her. What will happen if she really does decide to kidnap me? I'll be entirely at her mercy, and I'm afraid I'll never see Maria or the others ever again. My journey back home is uneventful despite my anxieties. I met nobody suspicious on the train, not even Cosmos, nor during my walk back to my apartment. Oh my lord, like, my food just won't stay down. Everything seems normal. The sky is blue, a few birds are chirping, and the people I pass by on the grey sidewalk hurry by without a word. Nobody gives me a second glance. I fumble with my keys for a little while outside my apartment. My palms feel sweaty, though it's not particularly a hot day, and I drop them twice. Why am I shaking? Nothing bad's happened. I have no reason to feel afraid. Everything's normal, like I said, but something doesn't feel right. I breathe in deeply, then I examine my apartment. It looks like the same as it always does, with its dreary windows and age-spotted walls. When I try the front door handle, it doesn't budge. It's still locked, just as I left it last night. I don't think anybody's been here during my absence, but even if they have, how would I know? Succubi, like Cosmos, can bypass locked doors with their magic. I should know from past experiences. She's done it enough times. Theoretically, this Yui should be far stronger than Cosmos. She could get inside my home with ease if she wanted to. She could be sitting inside waiting for me right now, in fact. She could... Stop it! Did that say castrate myself? What the fuck? I castrate myself under my breath. What the fuck does that mean? To make you stop worrying, you crush your balls. You're being stupid. There's nothing wrong. You didn't even know Lady Yui was watching you until an hour ago. Why are you letting it bother you now so much? Wait. Why are you letting it bother you so much now? Of course, I know why it's bothering me now. It's because back then I didn't know there was anything for me to be bothered by. Ignorance is bliss, as they say. My overactive imagination is trying to make up for my lack of panic over the last week. I was being observed, unknown, and it's working too. You need to get your act together. There's nothing to be afraid of. Just go in. You know, be so fucked. Imagine that's not him, but it's just like Yui, like telepathically speaking into his mind, but like using his, like mimicking his own voice to make him calm down and like let his guard down, thinking, how fucked would that be? So you think it's yourself, but like, you're right, there's nothing to worry about. I grip my key a little more tightly and then I twist it. The lock of my front door gives away. I step inside. I close the door behind me. I take off my shoes, then I pad into the kitchen. There's nobody here. Well, of course there isn't. I sighed deeply, relieved. What did you expect? You're so stupid. You must have worked harder than you thought this last week. You should probably take a nap before you start hallucinating for real. And you really have to stop talking to yourself. Scolding myself, thus I open my bedroom door. It looks much the same as always. My futon is arranged neatly in one corner, and my shelves are stacked with books and CDs. CDs nuts, bitch! My blinds are open and sunlight filters in across the tatami mats. So far, everything's as it should be, with an exception. It's only one exception, mind you, but it sure is a doozy. Put your fucking hands up, bitch! I'll start swinging! You think I won't? I will boop. I will throw hands and boop your tits with my femboy arms. I can't do any damage, but by the Lord above or below, I will start swinging on you! Ah, so you're finally here, Hera. You kept me waiting quite a long time. Who the fuck are you, bitch? You bitch! Your tits are lopsided. One's bigger than the other, you fucking radioactive freakazoid! Ha! He just runs and swinging. Gets kicked in the stomach and spills over. Like, you know, like the thing where, like, anime, like, their saliva, like, spreads. Like, does that. Don't you know that it's rude to keep a lady waiting? Don't you know that it's rude to keep a lady waiting? I'm disappointed in you. What the fuck? If I hadn't tucked my keys into my pockets already, I'm sure I would have dropped them. I feel like I've dropped my jaw too, all the way down to the floor. I was right. There really is somebody in my apartment. Lopsided titty avid ass. It's a mysterious woman. I don't know how old she is, but I think she must be of a similar age to myself, in her mid to late 20s or so. Well, that's a relief. Because they said she was, like, a bit younger, right? And I'm like, how young? But then they did say that the human world, not the human world, the Succubus realm kind of has a different speed of the years compared to the human world, so, like, it would age up faster. But kind of relieved. In her mid to late 20s or so, she's kneeling on my tatami floor, hands folded upon her lap like a hyena doll. She rises to her feet, however, upon seeing me. Everything about this woman is graceful and elegant. Her hair is long and dark, and it cascades all the way down to the small of her back. She's attired in some soft sweat and white and blue fabrics, and her eyes are similarly outlined in blue. Wait, what? Her eyes are similarly outlined in blue. Okay, we must be canonically colorblind, because what the fuck is blue about that? That's either devoided gray or suicidal purple. What the fuck do you mean blue? When she rises to her feet, she does so without a sound. Her dress ripples like the waves of an ocean. Her outfit looks like it should be cumbersome, but it doesn't hamper in the slightest. She looks like a goddess, but there's something familiar about her. I'm sure I've seen her before, but where? Could it be? So, is that how you mean to greet me? I am disappointed. The woman pursed her lips together in evident distaste. You've got a lot of fucking nerve. If you don't like how I'm greeting you, then get the fuck out. Go back to your own realm. I thought you would be happy. Didn't you miss me in the slightest during the last few years? I am wounded. What? But you... Her words stir a series of memories within me. I recall a cool powder blue sky, a similar shade to this woman's dress, the roof of my old high school, and with its iron fence. A gentle breeze, the fluttering of a plaited skirt, a hand's class, eyes wide, a gentle query spoken between two students in their final years of school. I know this might be sudden, so forgive me for this intrusion. You are free to turn me down if you wish. I do not mean to inconvenience you, but please, Charlotte. No, here. Will you go out with me? This bitch has some nerve. Yes, we dated in the past, but from my understanding, we drifted apart. I just assumed that she just disappeared. She abandoned me. And you think I'm gonna come crawling back to you because you're here? The audacity of this bitch! To abandon me when I thought we'd be together. How heartbroken I was. Genuinely, I couldn't get over you for weeks, months even. And you had the nerve to come into my life when I'm at the height of my life, and you come and treat me like this? Like we're old friends? You don't get to do that. You don't get to be that. I'm happy where I am. You can't just barge into my life when I'm the happiest I've ever been in the last couple years. You can't just come in like, oh hey, how buddy old pal, it's been a while, when you abandoned me. A single syllable escapes from my lips. It tumbles from my mouth in the stillness of my apartment, and it seems to shatter on the tatami floor. That's why this woman looks so familiar. It's been a long time since we last spoke, but I still have dreams about her. I never thought I'd see her again. I thought it was impossible. Didn't she go and study abroad? I was certain she'd be in America now, or Europe. She always took everything seriously, but she was particularly fadacious about her studies. Though she was a transfer student, she had the best grades in our class. She could have done anything, gone anywhere. Anybody knew she was special. That's why the class kept her distance. That's why the class kept their distance, I think. They knew she wasn't like us. That's why I was so surprised when she asked me out on that rooftop, only a few months before our university entrance exams. She was my first ever girlfriend. We were only together for a little while, but I cherished that time all the same. I never thought, this is Yuki. I stared at her, stunned. I think it was easier to swallow the existence of succubi than it is the sudden, seemingly miraculous appearance of my ex-girlfriend. Yuki, is that really you? So, you remember me? Yuki smiled. Don't give me that fucking look. You don't get to give me that look. I'm relieved. I had feared you might have forgotten. Oh, I fucking wish. I fucking wish I did. Forgetting you would have been much easier than the pain you left behind. The thought was painful. Yuki rests one hand upon her chest. I do not like to think that our time together meant so little to you when you were my very first. You were my first too. You were my very first girlfriend. I know it's been a while, but I never forgot you. Unfortunately, I couldn't. Why, thank you. You always have been so passionate, though you needn't shout so loudly. I'm standing right here. Yeah, sure, whatever. Sorry, I guess. It's alright. I like the passionate part of you. It is amusing. You were very dear to me once, Hira. You still are, in fact. Though it has been a long time, much has changed, myself included. I'm not the girl you used to know, or indeed the girl you thought you knew. I have grown up quite a bit since then. Yuki tips her head to one side. She seems to be considering something because she sighs. I did not think I would ever see you again, but I suppose I have always been drawn to you. Once again, you piqued my interest. Oh, is that it, huh? Is that it, huh? What do you mean? Did you go and study abroad? I went abroad, in a manner of speaking. I had duty to attend to, you see. I still do. I am a busy woman. Then the fuck are you doing here? I'm sure if Hifumi knew I was here, she would scold me. I am behaving poorly, but what am I to do? I thought I could leave you be, but how can I? That is no longer possible. What now? I stare at Yuki in what I'm sure is a very intelligent manner. Not. It seems like it's been my lot in life as of late to be peculiarly surprised and confused by everything. Sometimes I wish I could instigate events of my own volition instead of being forced to react to them. I'm starting to feel a little like a chess piece being pushed around on a board with no free will of my own. This is all insane. Let's slow down for a sec. You said you know Hifumi? Oh wait, no, let me redo that. Sorry, let me redo that. Hold on. Let's slow down for a sec. You said you know Hifumi? Yes. Yuki blinks, her expression uncomprehending. Is that an issue? Guess not. Depends on which Hifumi you're talking about. Why, the same Hifumi that you know. Yamamoto Hifumi, the famous actress. Who else? Right. Who else, indeed? This is even more complicated than I first imagined. So, how do you know Hifumi? And more importantly, how do you know that I know Hifumi? I haven't seen her in a while, and our relationship's supposed to be a secret. It may be a secret from the prying masses, but I am not so easily fooled. It is my duty, you see, to know everything my subjects are getting up to. Subjects? Yes, indeed. I have been monitoring Hifumi for quite some time, and I too, and Cosmos and Maria and Hazel. They are all my subjects. They can hide nothing from me. I see all, and I know all. And I know exactly what they have been doing with you. They are trying to take you from me. I'm not yours to take. What then? What then? You mean? My voice trails off. I know exactly what all this means. I'd have to be pretty stupid not to have put it together by now, but it all seems so fucking ridiculous. As if it wasn't enough that my high school girlfriend has appeared in my apartment quite out of the blue. That would be a pretty big plot twist in its own right, but this? Isn't it too much of a coincidence? What are the odds, huh? Yuki, you're not really Yuki, are you? That's how you referred to yourself when we went to school together. But Maria called you something quite different. Yes, I can imagine. She never much liked me. What scornful epithets does she use to refer to me now? That bitch, perhaps? Oh, shit. Oh, damn. I mean, that's what I was thinking, but I didn't think Maria would use such foul language. I wish. Yuki is such a demure, mild-mannered girl. Hearing her say a word like bitch is quite shocking. My perception of her is falling apart here. I thought she was serious, tranquil beauty, but in actuality... You're Yui, aren't you? Your Lady Yui? You're the ruler of the Succubi? Yes, I am. Yuki Yui, doesn't refute this impossible claim. Instead, she nods. I am Lady Yui. I once lived in the human realm, as all young succubi do, to learn of human culture and of your ways. But since the completion of my training, I've dwelt within the realm of the succubi. I am the one of whom all the succubi you have met look up to. They all revere and fear me, at least they should. But perhaps given my youth and relative inexperience, I have been too soft on them. Yuki's? Fuck. No, Yui's. I have to remember that she's really Yui. Eyes flesh. My subjects have been very, very wicked. They all have been trying to sway your heart. I am a mega malbarious ruler. I am no tyrant. I am prepared to forgive one or two indestructionations. You are an interesting person, so I do not begrudge my subjects for their initial interest. But 3 times 4, 5, 6... Yui's fingers clench into her fist. I can't stand by and watch them seduce you any longer. It simply is not fair. I am the one who met you first, not them. You were my first partner, and to this day, you are my only partner. Give me a fucking break. I loved you sincerely, and part of that love continues to exist within me. And I'm sure you feel it too. We have a connection. We are meant to be together. I often thought of you, true, but there are no buts. Yui cuts across me, her voice sharp and cold. My legs tremble, I feel faint. I remember that Yuki was quite cold and distant. A lot of the guys in my class were perturbed by her. They thought her unsettling. I thought so too once until she confessed her feelings to me on the rooftops. That came as a huge surprise. I hadn't realized Yuki, the stern and asterisk honor student, could ever feel love. I was wrong on that account, though her love was very earnest and sincere, so much that it survived for years. Yuki was always serious about her schoolwork. It stands to reason she'd be just as serious about her heart. I do not want my subjects taking you for themselves. They do not deserve you. I want you for myself, and I've come here to stake my claim. Oh, give me a fucking break. You don't deserve me, bitch. You abandoned me for fucking years. And right when I'm actually healing and falling in love again, oh, here you come strutting in because, I don't know, you're jealous because I'm actually moving on? No warning? Like, there was nothing, I'm telling you. There wasn't, hey, I might be going abroad, this, that, and the third, right? Nothing. You were gone without a trace. A fucking trace, I tell you. I looked for you everywhere. Weeks on weeks, I've looked for you. Not a trace, not a person, not a thing. Nowhere, no one, no thing could tell me where you went. And I fell distraught. And you think you can come back into my fucking life again just because you're fucking jealous? Give me a fucking break. I'm sorry, that was a little bit much. I do apologize. I will have you back. That's very nice, Yuki. Yui. But is that really your decision to make? I'm happy to see you again, of course, but... No, wait, let me redo that. That's so very nice, Yuki, or Yui, or whatever the fuck you go by now. But is that really your decision to make? I'm happy to see you again. I really am. Of course. And I don't mind making you a cup of tea so we can reminisce about the old times, about you abandoning me. But there's a reason. There's a reason they're the old times. I'm not your boyfriend anymore. I should be able to date who I want, shouldn't I? If you were any other person, I would agree with you. If you were any other person, I would agree with you readily. But such logic does not apply in your case. You are mine. Ba 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 bitch ba 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 ba. Like goes like it just hitting like an invisible wall she'd put up. Like you can see the reflection of my fist bouncing off the invisible wall. Shit, her eyes are starting to look scary. The lights in her pupils have vanished. She isn't listening to me at all. I can't just go along with this madness, can I? Fuck off. Try to reason with Yui. I'm not yours. I'm my own person, damn it! I rent this apartment, I have a job, and there are people here who care about me. I can't go to the succubus realm with you. I can't. You can and you must. You do not have a choice in the matter. Yui takes another step towards me. She's backed me in a corner. There's nowhere for me to run to. I shall make you look at me and only me. I was your very first girlfriend, and I fully intend to be your last. Hey, what's that? Oh, your shoes on. Yeah! Pick up, bitch! Oh, damn, is that a cockroach? Sideswipe, bitch! After I sideswipe her, I fucking jump up with my elbow in the air. RKO, bitch! And then after I would get up, right, and put her on my shoulders, right? And then spin around and then ram into the window, throwing her out. 1, 2, 3, get the fuck out of here! Now stop struggling. This needn't hurt. It will be all over soon. Yui, wait. I try to petition her, but to little avail. Yui takes me by my arms and pulls me in. Oh! Fuck. Get your fucking hands off me, you purple bitch! Her mouth presses against mine. Her lips are soft and warm, despite her cold and unapproachable appearance. What do you mean nowhere to run? You literally walked into... You have a place to turn around and leave. Her mouth presses against mine. Her lips are soft and warm, despite her cold and unapproachable appearance. Deep down beneath her layers of elegant white and blue silk, Yui's heart is very passionate. It must be for her to come all the way to Japan to find me. She's been watching me for weeks, months, it could even have been years for all I know. We only dated for a little while, but she's never stopped thinking of me. She's always loved me. Now she's come back to claim me. I can't escape. Though I want to, my legs seem to have locked in place. My body is frozen. Just imagine it's just the audio of the spring lock. Just like trying to move his arms in place. Just the my body is frozen. I can only sigh into Yui's hot, demanding kiss. Her tongue coils with mine. I can taste her saliva. the bones, bitch! Yeah! And as she, like, leans over to, like spit, like, is falling on the ground, grab her head and help her, like, grab her head and slam it into my knee. Just like, damn, bitch, run! I can taste her saliva. There's something sweet about it, almost fruity. The softness of her skin, the warmth of her lips, the taste of her tongue. It all serves to melt what little self-restraint I still possess. Reality begins to warp. My skull pulsates, my legs feel weak. Yui's kiss is draining me. I can't keep standing any longer. I break the kiss and step back, or at least I try to. I don't get very far because the wall's in the way. My head bumps against it and I groan. The room shifts before my eyes. The walls, my bookcase, and the tatami mats all blur together. My strength fades. Then I pitch forward. I hit the ground, limp, insensible, and everything goes black. Don't tell me I got a bad ending. Ah, fuck. When I eventually wake up, it's with a dull throbbing ache in my temple. I wonder if something's wrong with me. Am I sick? My arms and legs feel heavy, but I don't seem to have a temperature. I'm not hot at all. In fact, I feel rather cold. What's going on? I don't know how long I've been asleep. I don't remember what happened before I passed out either. My mind is blank. My memories have slipped away. It's like my skull turned into a colander. I think I was in my home, but I wasn't alone. Who was I with? Who was with me? Fuck. I strained my leaky memory to its absolute limit. My head still throbbing. Maybe all this thinking is bad for me. Humans weren't made to exert ourselves like this. What if I've brain hemorrhages? It's a shame I don't have a famous doctor in my harem of succubi. They're all very talented in their own ways, but I don't think any of them would be much use wielding a scalpel. Speaking of succubi, fuck you, bitch. Was I with a succubus before I passed out? I think I might have been. I can recall, though faintly, the sensation of lips against my own. Somebody kissed me. I pressed my fingers against my lips as a detective might run his gloved fingers about a crime scene. If I was kissed, it must have been hours ago. I can't feel any warmth on my lips now. I feel so cold. Cold. Why is it so cold? Where am I? Anyway, now that I've somewhat regained my senses, I let my hand fall from my mouth and look at my surroundings. He's limp like how limp like the toys, like Woody is whenever Andy's around. Fall from my mouth and look at my surroundings. I'm not in my apartment anymore. In fact, I have no idea where the fuck I am. This place is like nothing I've ever seen. I'm in a large room with high vaulted ceilings. There are windows, but the skies outside them is dark, which makes everything feel dull and gloomy despite its grand scale. Really, this room is huge. It's like something from a fairy tale palace, but slightly wrong. The color scheme too dark and gloomy to be befitting of a flaxen-haired heroine from a Destiny movie. Maybe this spacious room is instead the abode of an evil stepmother or a wicked witch? That might explain why it's so cold in here. It's full of dark magic. What the fuck? Fuck. I shiver, wrapping my arms about myself as I continue to stare. The furniture seems to loom over me. The bed I'm sitting upon, meanwhile, is a real work of art. It's large and the mattress soft with a fancy headboard. It looks like something a princess might sleep in. I mean, I'm a femboy, but close enough. Princess, my brow furrows. Why has that struck a chord within me? I don't know any princesses. They're pretty rare in today's modern society, beyond fantasy RPGs and the like. There aren't all that many people who can confidently state that they're princesses, and those who can would never interact with me. I'm just Charlotte Hero. There's nothing special about me other than my unique scent that succubi find irresistible. Who goes there? That's what I thought. There's no way any members of any country's royal family would fake interest in me. No human princess would at least, but what about the succubus princess? What if... I'm disappointed in you. I'm disappointed in you. You've been an utterly awful influence. What do you have to say for yourself? I'm listening. Oh, why you? Do not refer to me as you. That is a mark of great disrespect. I'm your lady, and you will refer to me as thus. Now stop staring at me with those sad eyes. You look utterly pitiful. You're going to make me sick. Ow! Huh? I sit up a little straighter. My senses restored. I can hear voices. They're dim and distant, but I think they're most coming from outside of this. I think they must be coming from outside of this room. Just rip the door cupboard off the cupboard, right? And just wait for her to come in like, hey, I'm back. Wham, bitch! Hiding behind the door. And when she's like unconscious, fucking book it. See you later, bitch! Ugh. I hear voices. They're dim and distant, but I think they must be coming from outside of this room. Though I can't see the speakers, both... Although I can't see... Who refers to them as the speakers? Fuck, I'm okay, just let me say, right? I'll do that. Just let me get something to drink and then let me use the restroom and I'll be back. my back, sorry. I was talking to my brother while making a cup of tea, right? And there's like, for the cover over to this, they added fucking Maui. He's like, oh, his name means like Maoga or whatever. It was like, it kind of sounds like if you combine Kyogre and Maui. And I was like, oh, his name means mountain. And like, yeah, he fucking looks like one. He's a unit. It's like one of the things, like if I played him and I activated my ult, I just have to sing You're Welcome. Though I can't see the speakers, both voices sound familiar. One is proud and haughty, and the other pained. The first voice is a little harder to place than the second, but I'm quite certain about the owner of those two low moans. Ah, you! How dare you, you bitch! You would call me that despite my superior status? I know who both characters are, but until they're confirmed, I'm just gonna do whatever. You do not know your place. You've let the acclaim of the humans get to your head. Now submit before me. I won't stop until I'll seen you cry. I've never heard her make sounds quite like that before, but that's Maria. It has to be. She's in trouble. I need to go and help her. I rise from bed, disrupting the dark covers that pool around me. Whoever lays me down upon this bed didn't strip me of my clothes, thank goodness, so I don't need to hunt around in that imposing wardrobe for something to put on. I dash across the vast bedchamber, the soles of my feet slapping against each other. It's the clap of my ass cheeks. I think it's my feet, but it's my thick, juicy ass cheeks just clapping against each other like I'm trying to sneak around the Succubus castle. But the clap of my ass cheek keeps alerting the thirsty gods. He's like, it's just like, Snake, what the fuck are you on about? That wasn't me. The pained gasp and cries get louder with each step I take. I hope I'm not too late. Maria! I throw open the hefty double doors and step out into a large hallway. The hallway is dark and the sky beyond these windows is pitch black. This strange otherworldly mansion is nothing like anything I've been. In terms of design, it's very Western, Gothic too. It looks a little like a haunted house at Destinyland, but it's on a far grander scale. Everything looks very expensive. The person who owned this place must have been an estate. I wonder if this place has a billiards room and a librarian. I don't know if I can say that. Yeah, that's the best you're gonna get. My musings are cut short by another cry. Maria sounds much closer now. This hallway is lined with numerous wooden doors. All of them replaced the brass handles, but my senses are telling me she's behind this one. Hold on, Maria, I'm coming! My fingers tighten about the door handle. I pull it to wincing the effort. All the doors in this place are heavy, then slip inside. I look around this new room. Eyes are gorge. It's even larger than the bedroom, if such a thing is possible. For such a large room, it's rather sparse. Save for a throne at the very back of it. It's set upon a raised dais. If this really is the throne room, it stands to reason royalty must live here. This isn't just a mansion, it's a palace. Wow, I stare as a tourist might with wide surprise. This isn't the time with your fucking ADHD brain. Pay attention. Your girl's being manhandled by another woman. You can't let that happen. I mean, maybe. I'm joking. In a way, I guess I am a tourist. This place is unfamiliar to me. I've seen more new sights in the last 5 minutes than I have in the last 5 years. It'd be nice if I had my camera so I could take some photos of this place and its exquisite architecture. But now isn't the time. I finally found her. Maria! Oh no, look at her! I feel like Maria should be in the place of the Succubus princess, and then I should be in the place of Maria, but I'm pretty sure Maria wouldn't allow me to be treated in such a way. She'd love me too much. Sorry, just thinking of like, oh, quick, I gotta distract her. Starts jerking off to my head and throws it. Distraction! She turns and it fucking is like cobwebs in her eyes and shit. Like, ah, fuck! What the fuck? I can't see! A googie trap, bitch! Hiya! Stop throwing that! Her eyes is, I know I'm getting distracted, but her eyes are really pretty, like emeralds. Hero? Maria stares at me, her face bright red with embarrassment. Back off, bitch! The only person who gets to rough her up is me, with her consent, of course. Maria stares at me, her face bright red with embarrassment. I think if I were in Maria's shoes, though it doesn't look like she's wearing any, I'd be embarrassed too. She sprawled on the ground like an insect or a bug, something less than human. See, I recently, I was drawing some erotic art or whatever, and I had trouble trying to like, draw like the breast squished on the ground. I finally figured it out, and it looks like, I love the way it turns out, but by the Lord, it is difficult, mostly because trying new things where it's like not just the design but the position and such, it is not easy. So I just gotta appreciate the squished breast in the way, because I've just recently learned how to draw it, and I don't think I could replicate it unless I learn. So like, I just have to appreciate the view, not because it's erotic, I mean it is erotic, but like, you know, because of, I'm just really proud of myself, that's all. Do you think if you pluck the different roses off her head, right, they regrow, but like, it's like, she loves me, no, but taking the whole rose, and whatever you pick determines which one, like one, she's like submissive and like nervous, the other, she's more dominant and playful, another one is more feral and horny and a little bit too rough, and the other one is just her normal state but embarrassed that you had to see the other sides of her, and they grow back after a while. Like, they kind of dissipate when they touch the floor or in your hands. But like, you know. She sprawled on the ground like an insect or a bug, something less than human. Her voluptuous bosom is pushed up painfully on the plush carpet, and her long hair coils messily about her. Her legs are slightly spread, and her shapely rear is raised in the air. I've really shouldn't get turned on by this one. A pose such as this would be humiliating for anybody, let alone a businesswoman of Maria's caliber. I'm pretty sure if the circumstances were different, do you think she would kind of do this to tease you? In a more erotic sense, kind of like, you know, like kind of like a cat ready to pounce, just shaking her ass to like allure you? Or is it more because she's more of a top, she wouldn't like put herself in such a like low position? But that doesn't surmise the full extent of her humbling. There's something sitting atop the throne, sporting long black tresses and a skin-tight costume that leaves a little to the imagination. Your costume fucking sucks. Kill yourself and try again in the next life. I think I know who it is, though I've not seen her wear clothes like this before. Didn't she have different clothing at the end of the second game? It's my high school sweetheart Yuki, though I suppose her real name is Yui, the ruler of the Succubus. She is Maria's superior, and right now she's treating Maria like a piece of furniture. Yui's feet are bare and one leg is raised as she props it up. Not on a stool or a poofy, but on Maria's body. Sorry, I thought her expression changed. Yui nudges Maria with her foot. She grinds her soil against the top of Maria's head. None too gently, and Maria groans. Her lowest lip trembles. Maria glances down at the ground. I'm sorry, Hira. I didn't want you to see me like this. I'm supposed to be the one who dominates, rather than the one who's dominated. I just think of the fucking TF2 thing. Dominating! Dun 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 dun! Maria's eyes bead with bitter, angry tears. I hope this doesn't sour your opinion of me. She is so precious. Look, I don't care what position you're in. I'm fine if you want to do that to me. Although I don't think... I'm pretty sure she wouldn't want to, because she would hate, like, to see it as, you know, disrespect or treating me poorly. She would feel terrible. I hope this doesn't sour your opinion of me. I'm sure I must look pathetic. Yeah, and I'm sure I am pathetically aroused. Yes, you do. Yui looks at Maria coolly, arms folded. She grinds her foot atop of Maria. You know, I would run up, right? And then, like, right in front of Maria's face, I kind of get on my elbows and stuff and go, and kind of just get on her level and, like, have a conversation and shit, and just to piss off Yui to ignore you. No, you're fine. You're perfectly fine. I just imagine, like, and then after, like, the little conversation, like, my elbows would get, like, bright red from the carpet, and that would really, like, piss off Maria. It wouldn't give her any strength, but she's like, you know, after I get out of this predicament, I'm sure to treat your wounds and, you know, shit like that. Like, not only treat your wounds, but look after you very, very thoroughly. And only pissing off Yui more because I'm not paying attention to her. Like, Like, oh, you feel pathetic? Don't worry, I'm on the ground too. Now we're both pathetic. And then I simply roll on my back so I'm looking at her upside down. Look how pathetic I look. Slap my flat femboy tummy. I mean, I don't see you in a lower light. I mean, the fact that you see me in a higher light is surprising. And just have a full-on conversation ignoring Yui. Just pissing her off more. I'm right here. Nope, shut up. We're having a conversation. I kind of imagine the the queen being a bit more. I imagine her having like 6 different tails and like 6 different like wings and stuff. She has human feet. I thought she'd have cool monster claws. Like, I love design like that where it's like the arm kind of like around the elbow mark, right? It kind of blends into a darker color and like the hands are like claws and shit. I think I ironically get off just from the I don't get off, sorry, but like it's so in an artistic sense it arouses me, like whenever there's like monster, like, you know, like kind of raptor claws and stuff like that. So, but then this is boring. I think it'd be better if it like didn't show the individual toes, but kind of, you know, have it as a whole, singular thing. Ah, fuck! She grinds her foot atop of Maria's head even harder in a truly vindictive manner that seems calculated to cause as much pain and humiliation as possible. She looking fine. Damn, I wish I could make her sweat like that. Too bad the little femboy dick can't last long because women. Maria can't withstand the full brute of Yui's anger. Her body dips, her face aflame. Is her... Okay, yeah, so even Yui's expression changed. Her succubus wings, which protrude from her back, quiver. Dogs might wag their tail when they're happy, but I don't think the anxious quivering of Maria's wings signify happiness. She must feel wretched. She looks kind of wretched too. Not that I'd be callous enough to tell her that. What does wretched mean? Is it not a good thing? It's fine, Maria. Don't worry. I never think any less of you because of this. Do you really mean that? Yes, I do. I'm very fond of you. As I've said before, something like this isn't enough to sway my feelings. I know you're not cowering before that woman because you want to. She must have forced you into this. How astute. Yui casts her eyes upon me. Her irises are pale blue, and they look paler still in this darkened throne room, so penetrating I shiver. It is true enough, Maria. It is true enough. Maria did not want to protest herself before me. But then again, she never does. She has always been difficult. Yui's lip curls. She thinks she's above me solely because she is older and a bit more experienced. She has never before taken me seriously, though I am supposed to be her ruler. She has always denigrated me. She has always denigrated and disrespected me. She has far, far too much pride for a mere underling. Underling? I want to be under her, damn! I have tried to be lenient with her, but I cannot let it stand now. I will grind her beneath my heel, quite literally as you can see, and show her just how truly small and insignificant she really is. Now, Maria. Yui looks down at her captive. Yui still isn't smiling. Her expression is coolly detached, but I get the feeling she's enjoying this a bit more than she's letting on. Yui really is a sadist. Won't you subject yourself to me? I will punish you as is my right. It is what you deserve for seducing my dear hero. Seducing? Maria glowers at Yui. You make me sound like some wicked temptress. Well, aren't you? You are a succubus, and so are you. Seducing men might be in our nature, but Hero is more than just a conquest to me. In the beginning, I spoke to him because of his unique scent. He intrigued me. It was little more than ideal curiosity, really. But as time went on, our relationship developed. I began to learn a bit more about him, and then... How dare you? Yui interrupts Maria's story, her voice as cold and glacial as a snowdrift. Do not talk to me about your so-called relationship with my beloved. If you do, I will inflict far worse torment upon you than this. Yui pushes her bare soul against Maria's head with so much force Maria's body buckles. Her chin hits the ground, and she winces. Maybe she bit her tongue. Is that why her eyes are beating with tears? You were truly shameless, even for a succubus. I have tried to tell you this dozens of times already, but I suppose I mustn't have made it clear enough. One does not get tired of repeating oneself, though. I am a busy woman, and I have a good deal more to do than punish you for your transgression, so please try to pay attention. If I have to school you in this matter again, I will crack open your skull. Yui stamps on Maria's head without mercy, her eyes emotionless. Hero is mine. He belongs to me, not you, and I won't let you lay so much as a finger on him again. I don't care what sort of relationship you might have had once. It is all null and void now. Now we are in the succubus realm. Nobody can refuse my wishes. I rule this place with absolute power. And so we're in the succubus realm, are we? I had wondered. I guess that clears up one mystery. Yui must have brought me here after I fell unconscious. She might be regal, but I don't think she's above using underhanded methods to get what she wants. I guess she used her magic on me to knock me insensible, so I wouldn't be able to struggle, and she kidnapped me. Am I going to be trapped here from now on? How does one get back to Tokyo from the succubus realm anyway? Maybe I need to walk through some sort of portal, recite some sort of spell, or click a pair of ruby red slippers together, right? And just imagine, right? I'm doing this and you hear like blaring screeching, right? And then like, what the fuck is going on? And a portal opens up, right? And there's a figure, right? And then a voice goes, and so it is foretold that he shall return, because he is the Doomslayer. Or some shit like that. And it's just the outline of like the Doomslayer, and then it like cuts on a cliffhanger. He will return in blood and shed, for it is written, for those before and those after, because he is the Doomslayer. still disciplining Maria. What's she saying? I've decided that I want Hero, so you must learn to keep your distance and hold your tongue. This is not a request, but an order. Yui kicks Maria's head, her shoulders, and her stomach. Maria is slumped on the ground, propped up by her arms. She can't protest herself, and if she tried, I think it would provoke Yui's wrath further. Maria has no other option but to take this abuse. Maria grits her teeth together. Her eyes are filled with angry tears, but she has too much pride to let them fall. Somehow she looked oddly dignified, despite the severe dressing down she's receiving. I don't think I'd be able to endure such torments without shedding at least a couple of tears. Yui's not exactly being gentle. It's a good thing she removed her shoes at least, I guess, but being kicked repeatedly must hurt. I will forgive you for your previous relations with Hero. You weren't to know that I had already claimed him. You like to imagine you are the smartest of all of us, but you were wholly ignorant. I cannot revel somebody for acting without first knowing. Another sharp sudden kick to the stomach. But now you do know, you should keep your distance. Look upon this as a warning. If you ever test my patience again, I will make you eat dirt and cry tears of blood. Thud, thud, thud. Yui is kicking Maria indiscriminately. While Maria groans and grunts. Why don't you help her up? I got her in a fucking headlock! Run, Maria, now! This freaky bitch is licking my arm! I can feel it! Her tongue is so fucking cold! You freaky bitch! And it like backfires, so she like extends her wings, and so her wings will push me, like my body pressing against her, so like rather than choking her, it's more like I'm like holding her from behind, like cuddling, and I can't move. Help! And like, forget about running away. Help me! Help! I fucked up! I fucked up dearly! Help! So like, the wings push forward, so like my hands are wrapping around, like around her, right? But her tail wraps around my hand, so I can't move, but I can't even pull them back because of the wings are pushing me forward. Yui is kicking Maria indiscriminately while Maria groans and gasps. It looks like Yui was in control of her faculty, more or less, when I arrived in the throne room. But my presence seems to have spurred her jealousy on in insane levels. If this keeps up, Maria might be in serious danger. I know she's a succubus and her body is made of harder stuff than a normal human's, but Yui is a succubus too. She must be very powerful and she's not holding back. Maria's body going to end up covered in black and blue bruises. She might even break a bone. Yui shows no sign of stopping anytime soon, despite Maria's gasps. Maria's pain only encourages her. I have to do something. Plead with Yui to stop. Order Yui to stop. I can't keep watching this, it's cruel! I grit my teeth together, fingers curled into a fist at my side. I cry out. Quit that, Yui! That's enough! What you're doing is cruel! Maria's done nothing to deserve this! Leave her alone! Oh? Yui glances at me. She presses her lips together. You mustn't be as smart as I thought, Hero, to interfere with such matters. I mean, sure, her tail, I like the way her tail and, like, wings look, but you're still a bitch. Like, look at the feather thing. What is that connected to? That looks horrible. Kill yourself and try again. As the ruler of the succubus realm, and all the succubi who dwell within it, nobody can tell me what to do. I do not answer to orders. If I'm your plaything, then that makes me the king. Although the queen does overpower the king, right? But I still have a say in it. I'm giving Maria only what she deserves. Yui glances down at Maria. She's still curled up on the floor beneath Yui's bare foot, her face twisted in pain. It certainly looks like she's suffering. Her eyes are damp and watery. When she squeezes them together, a couple of tears trickle down her cheeks. Yui sighs. Well, perhaps you do have a point. There is a chance I may have been a little too thorough in distributing retribution. One does not like to lose one's cool. As the ruler of the succubus realm, such frenzied emotions are unsuitable for myself. I would hate to look hysterical, so... Sorry, I got stun locked for a couple seconds there by her beauty. I'm finished with you for the present, Maria. I trust my actions made an impact, even if my words did not. Now go, leave me in peace. I do not wish to see your face again. Sorry, let me try that again. Ha 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 ha. Maria laughs. She might have sustained a lot of damage, but her pride hasn't wavered. Rather than thanking Yui for her kindness, she instead says, The feeling is quite mutual, I can assure you. Oh? Yui's icy eyes flash. Are you trying to talk back to me, Maria? After all you've endured? Do you truly have no sense of self-preservation? If you enjoyed the sensation of my foot upon your quivering body that much, I could always punish you again. No, it's fine. No, it's fine, Lady Yui. My apologies. Maria adjusts the straps of her complex outfit, then offers Yui a clipped courtesy. I shall now depart. Yes, you do that. Do it quickly, too. If you do not, I may be forced to make you depart, not just from this room, but from the world of all living beings. How frightening. You really do have a way with words, my lady. Hero is right, though. If you are to be an effective leader, you really ought to work on your temper. Anger does not become you. Yui glares at Maria, but Maria doesn't see it. She's already turned about on her heels. That look, golly. Damn, she really be a succubus the way she sucks this bitch. I watch as Maria walks off. Her motions are somewhat slow and sluggish, no doubt from the beating she received at Yui's hand. Or foot, rather. Maria walks with something of a limp, and she has to drag her leg behind her, but she remains self-proposed. She exits the room, closing the heavy door behind her with a dull thud. Now it's Yui and me in the throne room, and the air feels positively glacial. The atmosphere is so thick you could cut it with a knife. I felt much the same back in my apartment when I was all alone with Yui. Chills are running up and down my spine, but my palms are starting to sweat. My heart's beating pretty hard too. Is this what biologists call a flight or fight response? Yeah, bitch, run! My body must know on some intricate level that it isn't safe to be alone with Yui's company. I can't trust her. What if she turns on me like she did Maria? The thought is a frightening one, but I'm far more unnerved by the prospect of being trapped in the succubus realm for years, maybe decades. Now that is much better. Idly, Yui toys with the lock of her long dark hair. Her blue eyes, so pale they seem to be devoid of pigmentation, stare at me. She might as well be seen right through me, to my very soul. It is nice to be alone with you, hero. That is rather why I brought you here in the first place. Now we are in the succubus realm, you are all mine. I won't let any other succubi in my palace lay so much as a finger on you. I mean, the only good thing about her is probably her thighs, but even then, she has a real... That doesn't, you know, make up for her bitchy personality. If they try, there will be grave consequences. I have made it quite apparent that you are mine and mine alone. That's flattering, really. And more than a little disturbing. But how long am I gonna stay here? As long as I deem necessary. That's not a very useful response. I need to try and get some more concrete information out of her. And how long is that exactly? Don't ask questions. Yui frowns. You make it sound almost as though you do not want to spend time with me. Are you not happy to see me again? I'd be happier if you weren't such a fucking bitch. I'd be happy to see you again if you weren't being so cruel. Cruel? Yui raises her eyebrows. You don't know what you're talking about. As the princess of this realm, it is my duty to... As the princess of this realm, it is my duty to discipline naughty succubi who step out of line. Line this, bitch! Yeah! Step, step, step! Yeah, bitch! Side now to the other side! Yeah, bitch! Maria was asking for it. No, she wasn't. I glower at Yui, my anger resurfacing. Nobody would ask to be treated like that. What you did was wrong. It was immoral. You should apologize to her or else. Or else what? Yui surveys me, her blue eyes cool as ice. Her look is impassive and I find myself wincing. I don't know what to say to her. There's nothing I can do to threaten her. She has far more power than I ever will. I thought that would render you quiet. Yui smiles. I understand your desire to play the hero, but it is necessary. Maria is a grown woman, and she can look after herself. Please do not let her sour our reunion. She is unimportant. Sour this, bitch! Hiya! I'll take every chance to try and swing at her, but her little invisible walls she summons make it very hard to actually hit her. It just makes a dunk, dunk, dunk sound. I'd like to argue that point, but I'll let it slide for now. There's other things weighing on my mind. I can't stay here, you know. I have a life waiting for me back in Tokyo, an apartment and a job. I need to return. Oh, hero, how boring you've become. Yui sighs. I suppose I am pleased you have grown into such a responsible man, but you need not worry about such things any longer. Worry about these first. Yeah! Now you exist for one purpose and one alone, keeping me happy. I'm gonna trip this bitch and take her fucking boots. These are my femboy boots now. Enjoy your cold floor when you're freezing toes, bitch. Let me soothe you of your concerns, my dear hero. Yui licks her lower lip with her tongue. I shall give myself unto you fully until you forget about your prior attachments. Then you beg me to stay here. I'm certain of that much. She's awfully confident, given she has nothing to back up these claims. I hope she doesn't mean to cast some sort of spell on me. I'm also a little curious. Won't Cosmos and Ayu and the others wonder where I've gone? So you still care about them, though you have me now? Yui's eyes flash. Forget about them. They are no longer relevant. Relevant these titties, bitch! But there will be no buts. I'm the ruler, and I do not tolerate backchat even from you, whom I love most dearly. Now, if you're worried about Cosmos and Ayu and the rest, do not fret so. I have already informed them as your new whereabouts. You have? Indeed, I thought it would be difficult if you suddenly disappeared one day and they were none the wiser. As irritating as my subjects are, I do not wish to make them panic. It is my duty as their ruler to look out for them, no matter how they have wounded me. As a matter of fact, they are all in the succubus realm right now, too. They are? Yes, I summoned all those pesky succubi here, along with Maria, so I could scold them. They have all been very, very naughty girls. Hifumi included. I was shocked when I learned that she had been intimate with you, too. I did not expect it of her. As you can see, I'm still very upset. I think we can keep them in the succubus realm for a while as a part of their punishment until they have learned their lesson. So does that mean I can see them? Can I talk to them? Now why would you want that when you have me? Have these fists, bitch! Yeah! I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to hit her every chance I get, even if it's not a direct hit. I should be the... What the fuck, you flittering bitch? Flickering. The light's flickering. It startled me. I should be more than enough for you, hero. Once I have enough of you... I was enough for you. I was your only girlfriend. We made one another very happy. Oh, this bitch. And then, remember what happened next? You disappeared without a trace for months, for years. And you think you can come into my life again? How about you talk to my new important people? Righty Roger and Lefty McLean. Yeah, bitch, yeah! Yui dips her head. She presses a hand to her chest, just above her heart, if she fucking has one. She isn't smiling. She doesn't seem to do that often, but her expression has softened somewhat. She doesn't look as icy as usual, nor as intimidating. I think she must be remembering the fond memories we had between us. We were only together for a scant handful of months. But we were almost inseparable during that time. We were a quintessential lovey-dovey couple, lost in our own bubble, disgusting to all unfortunate enough to witness us. We went on a lot of dates. We went to cafes, the movies, the countryside. We studied together, and Yui even tried to cook for me, though her food was borderline inedible. We shared many precious, happy moments. At the time, I really did love her. But those moments are no longer precious, more like rotting, decaying memories. Someone I used to love, someone that you're not. I am sure you were lonely when I left your life. Oh, that's a fucking understatement. That is why you had all these silly, meaningless relationships with all these succubi, one after the other. You were trying to fill the hole in your heart left by my hasty abstinence. Oh, so you knew what the fuck you were doing. You knew. You were You are the worst fucking person I've ever met. Sour, disgusting to the core. Not only did you know what you were doing, you were watching as I was looking for you. All that time, crying myself to sleep, all that shit? You were watching me and didn't even send a letter, message, nothing? Couldn't even break up with me face to face. And you knew? How fucking disgusting can you be? Down to the fucking core, I swear. But you do not need to turn to the arms of other women now. But you do not need to turn to the arms of these other women now. Not a kinder, more none are kinder, more thoughtful lovers than I, and none of them love you the way I do. Oh, this bitch. I met you long before they did, after all. Now, Yui raises from her throne, her wings twitch, and her long dark hair flutters around her white, creamy shoulders like a shroud. Why don't I show you just how much I love you, hero? It has been a very, very long time since we last were together, and I would very much like to make the most of the moment. You are exceedingly, excitingly important to me. No woman could love you as much as I do. It doesn't matter how much they love me. I can never love you again. I won't. I will accept every last drop of your love, so don't worry. Yui smiles. You can do whatever you want with me. We will spend the whole day together, and all night. I won't leave your side until I've succeeded in making you happy. I lie back on my unfamiliar bed and stare up at the unfamiliar ceiling. Our intimacy concluded. Yui left. She told me she had business to attend to, but she promised she would return. So, basically she raped me. Is that, because we don't love her, and she's more forcing herself, so she basically raped me. That's basically what happened? Are we all agreeing on that? You know, I will run into the window, and I'd rather kill myself than be in this situation. Can't be, nothing I talk about will get through to her that I don't love her anymore. And this can't continue. I would just kill myself. I would jump out the window. It's the scene from, you know that fucking Minecraft video of the king and the, I used to take a stand, that's when I ruled the land. Ooh. It's just him breaking and like falling, like he runs face like head first and then does a twist, so like he's falling backwards and he's like slow motion and shit. I'm the one who brought you here, hero, so I won't let you be lonely. I'll take very, very good care of you. You should know by now, after everything we've done together, that I really am the most compatible woman for you. Nobody else can come close. If this was reversed, then this variant of Charlotte was a woman and was a prince, you know, incubus, it wouldn't go so well, now would it? So don't yearn after anybody but me during my absence. That was what Yui said before giving me a kiss and departing in a sweep of long blue black hair. Oh, so she didn't rape me, okay. That's a little bit, I mean, that's much better than what I thought, but I would still kill myself. Her sentiments were sweet, I suppose, but also a little unnerving. I'm glad Yui liked me so much. I can't think of many men who wouldn't be pleased to bask in the attention of a woman like her. She's certainly beautiful, but she's awfully controlling. Maybe that comes with being a ruler. I suppose she has to be stern, to keep orders in the succubi realm, but surely there are limits. He really just stood there and did nothing. Didn't even try to stop her. I imagine, like, if he were to try and catch her foot, because of the force, it would, like, fracture, like, the wrist part, or, like, dislocate and, like, really fuck up the hand. My mind flickers back to Maria, lying in a crumpled heap at Yui's feet. I wince. Yui really did go too far. She treated Maria awfully. I'm glad I was able to step in before Maria got seriously hurt, but what would have happened if I wasn't there? I hardly dare to imagine. What am I going to do? I mutter aloud, but nobody replies. I didn't expect them to. I know I'm on my own. Though the bedroom is large, it's oppressive. The furnishings are also dark, and the furniture, large though it is, seems far too spaced out. There isn't enough stuff to fill up this vast, carnivorous room. It feels a bit like I'm in a cave, and the petrol night beyond the open window does little to cheer me. I have no idea how long I've been lying here, nor what time it is. It doesn't look like the sun ever rises in the succubus realm. It was pitch black when I first awoke here, and it still is black now. It kind of matches my current mood, if I'm being quite honest. I'm trapped here in a strange environment, and I'm afraid there's no way for me to get back home. What will I do about my job? What will my parents say when they find out I've gone missing? And I need to worry about the rent too. Well, I know time passes differently here than it does in the human world. It's only been 10 years since I last saw Yui, but she told me it felt more like a century. I don't know how to work out the exact math without a calculator. I've never been the best at mental mathematics, but if I've been here for, let's say, 6 hours, only a fraction of that will have passed in this human world. I feel like I've been here for a long time, but actuality it must have been like 10 minutes or so. That's not enough time for anybody to notice I've gone missing. That gives me a bit of leeway. It shouldn't matter too much if I stay here for a few days or even a few weeks, but I don't want to stay here for the rest of my life. At least, I don't think I do. Do I? If I stay with you, it might not be so bad. Absolutely not. No, I absolutely can't stay here. No, I can't stay here. I know I can't stay here. I don't even want to entertain the notion. I don't hate Yui, but the fact remains that she's holding me a prisoner. I've got to be careful. If I don't harden my heart against her, I might come down with a case of Stockholm Syndrome. Then I'll never be able to escape. Speaking of which, nothing will get done if I keep lying here. I need to take matters into my own hand. Yui didn't forbid me from looking around, so why don't I explore this palace? If I keep my eyes peeled, I'm sure I'll be able to find some clues that'll help guide me back home. I have to, if I don't. But I don't want to think about that. That's too grim of a possibility to even begin to contemplate. I meander aimlessly up and down the expensive hallways of Yui's palace. I'd kick down all of these so they shatter, just to make a mess. I pass numerous wooden doors along the way, but when I try their handles, I discover most of them are locked. I I really do have to wonder what's behind all these doors. Maybe it's meant to be a secret. If Yui knew what I was doing, would she scold me? I don't want her to treat me as she did Maria. She would shatter my bones and crush my lungs and shit. Though I doubt she'd ever be that cruel to me. She seems to love me too much. It's priceless. It's preciously because of that obsessive love of hers that I found myself in this situation. Jeez, this place is fucking huge. I feel like I've been walking for hours. But I've yet to find the entrance of this palace. The hallways seem to repeat themselves over and over again like a tessellating painting. In fact, I think I might be right back where I started. Maybe Yui cast some kind of spell on this place. She's canny. She must have known I'd try to escape. This is impossible. I sigh. I pass a few succubi during my stroll. They have horns and wings, and they're wearing skimpy costumes, which could pass as maid outfits. I wonder if they're Yui's servants. You know, I'd purposely flirt with them just to get on their good side to completely fuck with Yui. Oh no, sorry, she came on to me. Yeah, and like, what, Your Highness, that is not true. He was flirting first. Oh, no. She was very insistent about kissing me and just like completely get her in trouble for no reason other than my own enjoyment. But they know, like, even the word spreads around to be careful around me. They know they can't do anything physical because either way, they're gonna get their shit kicked in. They shoot me curious looks, giggling amongst themselves like I'm some sort of specimen, a frog in a jar, but they don't try to approach me. When I greet one of them, she turns about on her heels and marches off down the hall in the opposite direction. I guess Yui must have given her maid strict orders to not interact with me on pain of death. She's awfully controlling. It'd be nice if I could talk to somebody, but none of the succubi here dare to look me in the eye. I feel trapped. Desperate now, I cross the hallway and stare out of the window. The sky, as expected, is still inky black. The succubus realm's kind of depressing, huh? This place fucking sucks. It's no wonder so many of them prefer staying in the human world. This place can drain my balls and shaft empty. This place fucking sucks. Suck a dick. No wonder you want to leave. This place looks like an octopus's kink dungeon with how inky and dark it is. This place feels so sterile. It's kind of like a hospital. Though I don't think many hospitals sport plush, wine red carpets or gilded chandeliers. I'll amend my previous statement. A very eccentric Gothic sort of hospital. I lean my elbows upon the windowsill and glance down. There's some sort of courtyard below with stone fountains and a few trees. There are bushes of red roses, all carefully cultivated, and what I think might be foxgloves too, or hyacinths. A few benches are set up about the fountain, perhaps for open-air meals, picnics, and the like. How the fuck can you see anything out here? It's quite scenic, actually. It looks like the sort of spot it looks like the sort of spot a couple might go to relax. The scenery isn't the most important thing about this courtyard, however, it's the people that populate it. I recognize them. That girl with the short, choppy hair tied back in a stubby pigtail could only be Cosmos. I used to think of orange pigtails from a mile off. They're all there. Cosmos, Ayu, Haifumai, and Maria. Well, I say they're all there, but Hazel is conspicuously absent. I have no idea where she is, but maybe that's a good thing. Perhaps Yui spared her wrath and she was allowed to remain in the human realm. I don't know the precise detail right now. I feel like I don't know very much at all. But I think talking to these 4 succubi might help clear the matter up. If anybody knows a way to escape from this palace, I'm sure they will. Luck might be on my side after all. Grab the table and smash it. And like, hey you guys! Catch me! It's like trying to climb out. I accidentally like don't climb out properly and fall out, cutting my knee open on like a piece of glass. It takes a little while for me to figure out how to get into the courtyard. This place is new to me, and the layout is strange and confusing, almost maze-like. I get lost on several occasions. I run into the dead ends frequently. And no matter how I search, I can't find a door that leads outside. I try asking a few of Yui's maids for advice, but they're not very helpful. Afraid I think of potential retribution. Should they show me any kindness, they all turn tail and flee. I'm gonna yank on their fucking tails. And you know the thing where it's like what Hulk does to Loki, just me with their fucking tails. It'd be nice if I had at least one ally in this place, but maybe that's selfish. I'm sure Ayu, Cosmos, Hafumai, Hazel, Maria will help me. I just need to find them first. I grow more and more frustrated with each passing minute, but I don't give up. I continue my search stubbornly, instinctively, until finally, thank goodness, I reach my destination. I'm standing outside at long last. I'm free! Not. This courtyard is fringed on all sides by wings of Yui's mansion. I might even be more trapped in this isolated square of space than I was inside. It does make for a nice change of pace though. The heavy black sky which looms above my head is unsettling, but I try not to pay it too much attention. I'm more focused on the neatly planted flower beds and the sound of crystalline water splashing against the basin of the stone fountain. Though I'm outside, I can't feel any breeze at all. My hair and my clothes remain undisturbed and untouched. By me. Perhaps there is no breeze in the succubus realm. That'll take some getting used to. Cosmos, Ayu, Haifumai, and Maria are sitting by the fountain. They're all wearing their succubus attire, which might be expected given the circumstances. Pointed horns protrude from their head, and their wings furl against their thighs. It's a little unusual seeing all 4 of them dressed like this. They genuinely assume they're human forms when they're around me. I've seen all 4 of them attired like this before, but never all 4 of them at once. Though we're standing outside, those wings take up quite a bit of space. I wonder if they can actually fly with those things. They don't seem quite big enough for it. Maybe they're just for show. You know, I would see them and like go to raise my hand and say something, but then, you know, kind of realize, oh, if they talk to me, then they're in trouble. So I would go to turn back, but then they would notice me as my back is turned to them. But there are more important things to think about now. Golly. Did I use one change? I don't remember her one. Maria seemed to have recovered after the humiliation she suffered earlier in the day. Her hair is neat and pristine once more, her succubus attire in place. She looks the same as always, save for the expression on her face. It's positively thunderous. Thunderous? I can't believe it. Maria's fingers clench, her tail flicks discontinuously. How could Yui treat me like that when I'm the oldest sister, when I'm older than she is? Has she not heard of respecting one's elders? So you're admitting you're old, are you? That's a first. Ayu, please. Haifu shoots Ayu a warning look. You're not helping the situation. Can you not see that Maria is upset? Of course I can. I do have functioning eyes, you know. Ayu pouts. Don't presume to treat me like a stupid child because I'm a bit younger than you. Perhaps you wouldn't get treated like a stupid child if you didn't insist on acting like one. What are you? Ayu takes a step back. She grits her teeth together. Don't try and take that high and mighty tone with me. You're in no position to act like you're in charge. Don't you know that it's arrogance of yours that upset Lady Yui? Don't you know it's that arrogance of yours that upset Lady Yui? She can see as I do that you think you're better than all of us because you're older than we are. You might be a superior in terms of sheer years, but you're not the ruler of this realm, no matter how highly you hold yourself. Yui is our superior here, and you ought to abide by her rules if you don't want to be punished yet again. Do you think I don't know that? Yui made that very plain. I'm still covered in bruises. If you ask me, you deserve it. You need to be taken down a peg every once in a while. Know your place, Maria. You're really not all that special. Why you... Come on, everybody. Let us not argue. We're all friends here, aren't we? No way! I wouldn't be friends with a saggy old woman like Maria even if you paid me. The feeling is quite mutual. You're convincing turncoat. I can't believe you would support Yui's decision in this sorry affair when I have done so very much for you over the years. It is because of my connections you were able to break into the idol industry, don't forget. Show a bit more gratitude. But of course, my dear older sister, I am very, very grateful for your continued instructions. It is so nice and thoughtful of you to take time from your busy schedule to mock me, belittle me, insult me, and spank me over the smallest of mishaps. Truly, you are a paragon of virtue. Not! Ayu pulls her face. I think she might spit on the ground, were that not a distinctively un-idolish thing to do. We might be in the succubus realm now, but Ayu still takes her role as an idol very seriously. She's a true workaholic. You might have done more for me than Yui has, Maria, but you're an interfering busybody with a god complex to boot. You're only upset right now because you can't stand to admit that despite all your posturing, you're not the one in charge. Lady Yui is our ruler, and we all must obey her commands. That's simply how it is. The sooner you get that through your head, the better. I hate to kick you while you're down, Maria, but Ayu was right on that score. If you didn't cheek Lady Yui so much, she would not have been so hard on you. That's right, she scolded me about my relationship with Hero too, but she didn't slap me or step on me. I just looked at her with old big wide eyes and said, I'm terribly sorry for upsetting you, Lady Yui. I do not understand my relationship with that boy had caused you such pain. If I had been aware of your relationship, certainly I would not have spent so much time with him. Please may have you found it in your heart to forgive me? Ayu clasped her hands to her front and bats her eyelashes. She looks very winsome and endearing, but I know Ayu well enough that I can see right through this charade, as can Maria. The older succubus rolls her eyes. Oh, please, I know that's not what you really think. Of course it isn't what I really think, but sometimes we have to tell teeny tiny white lies to protect ourselves. If you know how to bounce and scrope and put on a front, Lady Yui would be much more inclined to forgive you. So you want me to act like a stuck-up and a psycho-fit? Maria rolls her eyes. No, thank you. I would rather die than act as sweetly and submissive as you do. I am a woman of principle. I think it is important to stick to them, no matter how hard the situation. I won't renounce my love for Hiro, no matter what Yui has done to me, and I certainly won't apologize for it like you did, Ayu. I refuse. That is very brave of you, my dear older sister, but if you keep acting this stubborn, Lady Yui will punish you. We don't know how long she'll make us stay here. Surely it's better to try and keep on her good side. And if you don't, Ayu draws her index finger across her throat in a swift, menacing motion. Your life won't be worth living. Maria flinches. She must understand the truth behind Ayu's words, even if she doesn't want to, because she bows her head. I don't want Yui to punish me like that ever again. It was painful, though I tried to tell myself otherwise. And it was humiliating too. I can't bear to be treated in such a manner again, but I don't want to stop loving her either. I can't stop feeling the way I do because Yui has... commanded me to. Hearts don't work that way. I know, Maria, I understand too. This is a difficult situation for all of us. I am very fond of Hiro myself. He is quite unlike the other human men I have known. Just woke up like, what you talking about? Oh, we're talking about here. He's dear, sweet, and kind. But Lady Yui has her sights set upon him. We cannot disobey her wishes. If we do, she will rain retribution down upon our heads. It is better to be circumspected, as Ayu said. We need to learn how to hide our feelings. That is the only way we'll ever earn Lady Yui's forgiveness. But I don't want her forgiveness. I don't need it. I would far rather stay with Hiro. I love him. Don't you feel the same? Oh, well... Ayu glances away, blushing, and toys with her hair. It'd be a lie if I said I didn't like that boy. Foolish though he is, he can be quite an amusing companion at times, and toying with him is a good deal of fun. I don't really care one way or another, but if I had to choose between a life with Hiro and one without him, I think I would rather be with him. As would I. I have been so busy with work these last few weeks, I never had a chance to speak to him. As a result, I felt rather lonely. Oh, what wouldn't I give to see his cute sleeping face again? And what do you think, Cosmo? And Cosmo's looking just waves hi, Hiro. And for me, there is no honor greater than letting him use my thighs as a pillow. You baby him too much, Hefferman. He's a grown man and he needs to be treated as such. Fortunately, I'm no softy, and if he were here, I'd whip him into shape. But he isn't here. He's in the succubus realm, but we're not allowed to speak. But he isn't here. He's in the succubus realm, but we're not allowed to speak with him. That is quite the quandary, yes. Poor Hiro. Ayu scuffs the ground with the tip of her shoe. I don't envy him being the object of Yui's affection. She's so single-minded when she wants something. She does anything within her power to take it. I wonder if he'll be alright. three succubus sisters share a sad melancholic sigh among themselves. They look so maudlin, the heart aches in sympathy for them. I can't stand in the shadows a second longer. I've missed them too, and I want to talk to them. Hey, you guys. Hero? I really don't remember Ayu's and Cosmos' forms. It's been a while. Cosmos, who was very quiet during the previous conversations and is the first to notice me, she extracts herself from the other three succubi and dashes towards me. Her stubby ponytail bombs with every step. Hero, is that really you? It's me in the flesh, I promise. I'm not a hallucination or a mirage. Oh, thank goodness. I was so worried. I was afraid Yui would lock you up in her room and throw away the key. That's the sort of thing she might do. She's scary. She is kind of scary, yeah. I concur. Anyway, it's nice to see you too, Cosmos. All of you, I missed you. I ruffled the top of Cosmos' head, then looked about the other three succubi standing by the fountain. And based on what I overheard, it sounds like you missed me too. Huh? Ayu's eyes widen to the comic proportions. She takes a step back, holding one hand to her face and cries out, "What are you talking about? It's not like I miss you or anything, you fucking idiot. I really don't give two shits about you all that much. You're nothing but a cameraman to me. Since you don't have your camera with you right now, you're totally worthless." Really? Now? Is that so? I smiled. How funny. You were singing a different tune just 5 seconds ago. Maybe I misunderstood. Is there another way to construe "I want to be with him" that I'm too stupid to fully understand? Why you... Ayu plants her hands on her hips, her tail twitching indignantly. She looks utterly pissed, but her outrage is softened somewhat by the heavy blush that adorns her cheeks. Her face is almost as red as her skin-tight succubus outfit. You shouldn't have been listening on our conversation in the first place. Stupid. Eavesdropping is a crime. I should have you executed for that. Off with your head! Off with your head! A beheading, huh? That's a pretty rough sentence. I guess I'm lucky Yui is the one who rules over the succubus realm, not you. If you want to kill me, Ayu, you'll have to appeal to Yui first, but I have a sneaking suspicion she'll overrule you. She seems pretty fond of me. She's very fond of you. She loves you. I thought you were my boyfriend, but... Cosmos grips my arm with her own and peers up at me, her eyes large and misty. She said you were her boyfriend first a long time ago. Is that true? Cosmos. My expression softens. Teasing Ayu is all well and good. I'd recommend it. In fact, studies have shown it's very beneficial for one's mental health. But I'm not sure how to deal with Cosmos. She looks utterly heartbroken. I know it's foolish, as I met Yui a decade before Cosmos, but I can't shake the... I know it's an actual word, but I can't shake the strange feeling that I've cheated on her. I know that word was in previous games, and I don't know if I've said it or not. At the very least, news of my relationship with Yui has hurt her feelings. I'm sorry, but it is true. Yui was my very first girlfriend when I was back in high school. I didn't know she was called Yui then, though, or that she was a succubus. I thought she was a normal human girl. She called herself Yuki. So it is true. Cosmos sighs. Did you love her a lot? At the time I did. I'm a bit conflicted about it now though. It's been a while since I last saw her. Things are different. So you don't want to be her boyfriend again? I can't be her boyfriend. I'm your boyfriend. I can't. No matter how much she asks, I'm your boyfriend now. Here? Cosmo's eyes swim with relieved tear. Sniffling, she nuzzles her cheek against my arm. Thank you for staying with me and for loving me, even though I'm weird and I'm not very clever. Most people would say Yui is much prettier than I am. If you liked her more than me, I would understand. It hurt a lot, but I was prepared to give you up. I thought it was for the best. I didn't think I had a chance. I was so sad when Yui told me that she loved you, and I felt so lonely. Hey, it's alright. It's alright now. I rubbed the top of Cosmos's head as one might a small animal, my voice soft and gentle. You don't need to cry or feel lonely. You're my girlfriend and nothing will change that. And what about the rest of us, huh? How do you feel about us? I mean, you see me as a cameraman, so I guess I'm your cameraman. Why do you ask? Are you worried, are you? Of course I'm not worried. I just want to know, you fucking idiot. If it's not fair that you're letting Cosmos monopolize all your attention, we have a right to know where we stand too. Do you still like us? Yes or no? It's a simple question, so it should be easy. It should be easy even for a moron for you to answer. It is easy. It's so easy I don't even need to contemplate it. I smile, first at a huffy Ayu, and then a gentle Haifumai, and the slightly out of sorts Maria. I'm still your cameraman, Ayu. I'm still Maria's darling, and Hafumi's husband, too. That won't change, no matter what happens. I still like you all, and I won't stop caring for you. I just hope you don't stop caring for me. Oh, hero. Maria's eyes are starting to look misty. She brushes aside a few tears with the back of her arm, then offers me a smile. You really are a gentleman. Yes, indeed. You would make a wonderful husband. Now I feel ashamed for telling Lady Yu I had no interest in you. I thought it the best way to calm her nerves, but perhaps I should have held strong just like Maria did. She persisted in her love for you, and she was punished horribly. I knew that would happen, so I what the fuck? Obfuscated? So I obfuscated my true feelings. I wasn't honest. It is not my proudest moment. Haifumai presses her hands against her front and offers me a deep, reverent bow. I only hope you can forgive me for this grave folly, my dear husband. If I have displeased you, you may scold me however you like. It's fine, Hifumai. You don't need to feel guilty. You only said what you felt you ought to protect yourself. I don't blame you. After speaking to Yui, she's very forceful. Yes, indeed. She's far too forceful. Jealous, too. It is a horrible combination. Maria scowls. She summoned us to the Succubus realm with no prior warning, then cross-examined us all individually. Now she won't let us return to the human world until she's satisfied we've seen the error of her ways. She's treating us like prisoners. Oh, I hope my friends will be alright without me. They get worried if I go too long without posting new photos. Ha! As if your weird contingent of socially maladjusted, always on cheaper What? Maladjusted. Always on chipper. Only leaving the house to buy instant noodles fans matter. It's my fans who will pose a real problem. I'm the famous idol. Aikui Ayu. If I go missing, people will riot. It'll cause a huge scandal. This is so inconvenient for my career. I'm supposed to be going on tour soon. How can I, when I'm trapped here? Ayu kicks at the stone fountains disconcertingly. This is such a mess. We're all in different situations right now, though I believe none of us are in much danger as hero. I'm very sure Yui will tire of us eventually and will let us leave. As for Hero, however, I swore, do you really think she'll keep me here forever? It is a distinct possibility. It's exactly the sort of thing she would do. Fuck, I was afraid of that. Yui seemed very serious when she told me her plans earlier. She'd given me no reason to doubt her, but I tried to cling onto a small sliver of hope regardless. Now that hope has been extinguished, is there anything that can be done about this? I looked between the four succubi helplessly. Could one of you talk to her about this? You might be able to convince her to let me go. Well... Hifumi folds her arm across her chest in thought, her eyes half-lidded. Out of all of us, Lady Yui is the closest to myself. If I had not abdicated, she would not be on the throne right now. She owes her current status to me. As her advisor, it is my duty to give her advice. I can tell her things few others would dare. She rarely loses her temper with me, no matter how bold my suggestions. Perhaps I could try and sway her mind for you. Oh, Hifumi, thank you very much. Now it's my turn to bow before her. I bow very humble, in a manner that makes Ayu scoff. Now, don't thank me just yet. Though she was the one who suggested this plan, Hifumi doesn't seem to have much faith in it. Her expression is still cloudy, her lips pursed. There's no guarantee I will be able to do anything. I might be Lady Yui's advisor, but she has always been headstrong. She isn't the sort of person to change her mind. I'm not at all certain my petitions will reach her, but I shall try and do my best regardless. I'll try to temper my expectations accordingly. Thanks, Hifumi. I don't feel particularly optimistic about my future, but I smile at her nonetheless. Your best is all I can ask for. It'd be unfair to expect you to do anything more. I'm a little curious, though. I glance about the courtyard, my arms folded. Why is there only the four of you? Isn't Hazel in the succubus realm? She is, but she's not with us. She's busy attending other duties, I suppose you could say. Other duties like what? Well... Maria toys with a lock of her sleek white hair. Let us just say she has a very special relationship with Lady Yui. I do not mean to be indiscreet, but... Oh, okay. Oh, Lady Yui, you have such wonderfully smooth skin. Touching you is the greatest privilege imaginable. I'll never get enough of this. It's addictive. In fact, it feels kind of like I'm needing mochi. Then I'm glad you are enjoying yourself so much, but please remember to be thorough. You may say our own desires while massaging me, whatever they may be, but my needs should always come first. I'm your ruler, after all. Yes, that's right. You are my ruler, Lady Yui. Every single inch of my body belongs to you. Please do whatever you want with me. I have no complaints. You've always been so obedient, Hazel. You're such a good girl. You're nothing like that treacherous Maria. But of course, my ladyship, I live only to serve you. If you tell me not to pursue Hero, then I'll never look at him ever again. I love you dearly, and I'd hate to see you cry. Thank you, Hazel. I'm glad you understand. Maria argued back when I told her to leave Hero alone, but you obeyed me instantly. Well, that should go without saying. I'm your most loyal servant. You really are. I think you might even be more loyal than Hifumi. I must reiterate, though, do not get close to that boy. Do not speak to him, and do not try to interact with him. You must bury your feelings for him. Do I make that quite plain? Aye, my lady. Leave it to me. I'll keep my distance. You're sure it won't pain you? I thought you two had a special bond. We were pretty close, yeah, but I love you just as much. No, more than I love him. If it'll make you happy, I'll do anything. Just let me massage your body every once in a while, and I'll never think about Hero again. Very well, you may continue. Your massage is simply delightful. You know how to ease all the tension in my body. That's because I'm an athlete. I know how to look after myself and other people too. If you want to be a pro sportswoman, you got to be able to soothe your muscles after a weary workout session. Is that so? You might act like something of an airhead, but you're awfully wise. Oh, my lady praised me. I'm so happy. I could die happy. I love you, Lady Yui. I love you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, Hazel. Your love is appreciated. Now, my lower half is feeling a bit stiff. Would you mind massaging there too? Of course, it'll be my pleasure. Just leave your body in my very capable hands. Ho ho ho! Right, I see. So Hazel has a thing for Yui, does she? Kinda jealous of Yui. Kinda jealous of Yui. I'd love to be massaged by Hazel like that. Since Hazel is an athlete, she'd know all about the pressure points, muscles, and tendons. I bet she gives incredible massages. I'll have to add that to my bucket list. If I ever get out of this place, that is. Yes, indeed. Some of the other succubi fawned over her too, but none are more blatant about it than Hazel. She practically worships the ground Yui walks on. Totally. You should just see them together. Hazel wags her tail like a lovelorn puppy. Ayu pulls a face. And Maria calls me a sycophant. I'm nothing compared to Hazel. I bet she's prostituted herself before Yui when Yui scolded her and begged for forgiveness. Positioned or whatever. Knowing her, she's probably offered to lick Yui's feet clean too. That is a mental image I could do without. But it does not sound entirely beyond the realm of possibilities. Hazel loves Yui a lot. Her love is pure like my love for you. I don't think she means anything ill by it. At the end of the day, we can't help who we fall in love with. I'm aware of that, but Yui? How could she fall in love with her? For once I agree with you. It's incredibly baffling. It's not just baffling, it's downright bizarre! Lady Yui might not be that old, but she's our ruler. She could have us disposed of if she wished, with the flick of a finger. Now, some people like being looked down upon and dominated. Perhaps Hazel is the same way. I guess Hazel won't be able to help me change Yui's mind then. Not at all. Maria snorts. You shouldn't count on her as an ally when Yui's around. Hazel's besotted. Duly noted. I'll keep that in mind. You needn't worry about Hazel's support. In any event, I will try to speak to Lady Yui as I said. I cannot offer you very much in the terms of support, but I will do all I can. I'm sure the rest of us will too. We all love you a lot here, and we want you to be safe. You must be on your guard, though. Fumai's voice hardens. This is Yui's domain. While you are here, you will be at her mercy. I shall try to protect you, but my influence is limited, and there is little I can do. Please try and be careful if anything happened to you. If anything happened to you, I fear I would not be able to forgive myself. Okay, let me save. Gallery, 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 yeah. Gallery, gallery, gallery. Gallery, 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 gallery. Testing audio. Just wait, I'm not. Come on. Testing audio. Testing audio. A little bit crispy, but you know. Fine nonetheless. Let me test something. I'm at a dilemma, right? And it's like I can now block certain words, and like words that are similar to that word will be blocked in a future stream, which is really great and it helps me, right? But I'm at a dilemma that because of this, it's like there's some words I know I can't spell out, you know? But it's like, do I do it for the sake of censoring in future words, or do I just, what do I do? You know? What the fuck do I do? There's a whole Wikipedia page of page and categories of LGBT related slurs. I'm sorry. It just goes. I'm sorry. It's like the C category goes chicken, gay slang. Chicken hawk, gay slang. I'm like, okay, and the next one is cunt boy. It's just that is such a drastic jump. So chicken hawk, cunt boy. It's just the fucking jump from chicken hawk to cunt boy. It's just, I'm taken aback. Yes, the different like slurs and shit, right? And it's like all these different lettered slurs, and then when it gets to L, it just says LGBT slang. Fucking LGBT slang. Just what the fuck does that mean? I feel like the only banned words I put in so far is just faggot, because I feel like those are the words I probably can say due to being queer myself. I've also added, for now I just have the other one, and then I've added tranny as banned words, so, because that word's, it's difficult because I've heard some people claim they are that, and then some people say it's a slur, so it's really based on preference. I'm just taking a break and letting my voice rest. And if I do stream another thing, it might be Gunvolt or something else that lets my brain get jittery.